Hi, it's Bryson here, out in nature, like I love. No surprises here, right? Anybody who watches my videos knows that I love nature. I come out into nature because nature is where you truly disconnect from the matrix. When you're out in nature, you are free from all of these narratives and these pressures that society tries to put on you, that they try to put on you to push you towards certain agendas that may or may not resonate with your heart. And when you're out in nature, you remember who you are. And that's why I'm so thankful for all of these natural areas that, we as humans have to go and enjoy. Seeing some lovely things today, just sitting here relaxing, listening to the cicadas. Saw a great blue heron over there, butterflies everywhere. It's a beautiful, sunny, nice day. And I took off work today to just relax and take care of myself today because I needed to, go get a checkup at the doctor's office. Got some blood work done today. You can see a little Band-Aid here. And just wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm sure a lot of people are going through right now. If you stumble upon this video, you are most likely going through what I'm about to talk about. And it is just this very apparent increasing social pressure to just capitulate, to just, no matter what your gut or your heart is saying, to just go along with the program and to not think for yourself. And a lot of you have been experiencing what you may feel is rejection because you're thinking for yourself and you're questioning. And I'm just here to tell you that you are not being rejected from the matrix. You are being freed. You are being liberated from the matrix. But in order to be liberated, it's a little bit of a rough process. If you're watching this video right now, you probably are somebody who has really just in the past year and a quarter, however long this has been since this has been going on, have just really been questioning everything, because you're actually just realizing what a big joke this whole reality is. And you're realizing how much of what you've been told to believe in, what you've believed in with conviction, has been nothing more than programming that is put into your head and that you've been following because you've been playing Simon Says with the rest of society and going along with the current paradigm. And as you have watched this current paradigm reveal what an absolute joke it is, you're seeing all of the inconsistencies, the contradictions, the falsehoods that have been propagated. You're probably waking up to how history is not factual, but more about ideology and propaganda than anything. And one of the unfortunate side effects of that is that you will be rejected. When you start going outside of the paradigm, outside of the norm, you will be rejected. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have anything to worry about. You're not being rejected. You're being freed. This thing that we call the Matrix, which is this bizarre phenomenon going on, that is a phenomenon of our society's collective disbelief. Remember Matrix, in the Matrix, Morpheus said, suspend your disbelief. We're living in our collective disbelief that is keeping us in a paradigm that is not working. And this is why it's looking shaky right now. This is why, I hate to say this, but it's almost comical the way these people in positions of leadership, as we go leaders, how they are just embarrassing themselves, stumbling over their words, contradicting themselves, just looking like absolute fools about everything that they've been telling us. We're seeing the reality that we see in front of us not matching with the propaganda we're being told, but through all of this fear-based media. And it's kind of comical. So if you're watching this, just smile for a minute and just laugh at the fact that you're waking up to the fact that this whole reality is a fucking joke. Just laugh and just smile and just be happy and be free. And I want to let you know you are not being rejected. You are being freed. This phenomenon that is going on, that is a phenomenology, it's phenomenology of the collective disbelief and the collective consciousness and our collective shadow. When you get to the point where you're no longer feeding this nonsense, Guy Debord called it the spectacle. Keanu Reeves had to read Society of the Spectacle for his role for the Matrix. When you start freeing yourself from the spectacle, you are now at a vibrational energy level that this thing can't feed off of anymore. So it can't use you to feed the nonsense that you're waking up to. So it has to push you out. And unfortunately, many of you are probably experiencing those you love, your friends and your family members, who are rejecting and attacking you for thinking for yourself and just pointing out the hypocrisies and the inconsistencies that you see. And it's painful when that happens. But I assure you, you're not being rejected, you're being liberated. You are not the only person on planet Earth that is starting to wake up and starting to question everything they've been told. So you need to understand you have people out there who are just like you, questioning everything, who are waking up and realizing that what we call reality is not an objective thing. It is an idea. What reality is an idea. And what the matrix control system does is it gets people to limit the framework in which they seek information. So you get them to pin to certain establishment institutions, agencies, titles. This whole society is about attaching labels to everybody. And you need to realize that no matter what anybody calls you for questioning and thinking for yourself and not going, not just automatically accepting sponsored narratives, you need to understand that. Kind of lost my train of thought there, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But you need to just understand in general that you're not going crazy. You're just thinking for yourself. You freed yourself from the box that these people are stuck in. And they're on their journey. You need to understand that they're on their journey and that they're on their spiritual journey. They're where they need to be. And the most important thing you need to understand is that anything that they do that hurts your feeling, it's not personal. They are simply running a script. The propagandists behind various sponsored media, mostly fear-based media, that is used to captivate people's minds. When people are captivated by fear, they're in a very limited framework of thought process. And then because it's fear, it's frantic. It's frantic, and they feel that their life depends upon it. So they will hurt you, but it's not personal. They're just running the script. They're not even in control of their minds anymore. They're in a state of fear, and they are controlled by these narratives, and they can't see what you can see. How you can just look at the inconsistencies and be like, hello, what's being said is not matching what's actually happening. You've got contradictions in what they say. How often are you hearing about these people in these positions being caught saying something behind closed doors or on emails that contradicts with what they say? This whole world's a joke. It's like a tacky carnival funhouse. It's a circus. And the biggest fear that the powers that be behind this current paradigm of the Matrix that wants to keep people under control, the biggest fear is for people to wake up to what a joke it is. That we've all been accepting their way of doing things only because we've been perceptually programmed to limit ourselves. I had a prior video on this channel. If we believe it, we can achieve it. Please watch that video. We're so limited by our limiting beliefs. And that's why we have a society of bounty where there's poverty. Because we're limited and we're running other people's program. We're not, as a people, recognizing the power that we have to change the paradigm whenever we're ready to change the paradigm. I'm going to tell you a little something interesting. Did you know, so the Australian Aborigines, while there's a common belief that the Australian Aborigines were just kind of running around, hunting gatherers, just kind of trying to survive day by day, that's actually not true. They actually had a very sophisticated real estate management system among the nations that were there. By the way, these nations had not had war in thousands of years prior to colonialists arriving there. And the number one goal of their management system was to ensure that there are bountiful resources for everybody to have access to, so that you could spend the majority of your time engaging in leisurely, recreational, or spiritual pursuits, and that work was a minimal. So I want you to think about this for a second. This might blow your mind, what I'm about to tell you. How is it that we're supposedly a more advanced society with all of our technology when we actually spend the majority of our waking hours working in this society, and we're mostly working sitting in front of technology? Isn't technology supposed to liberate you? Isn't it supposed to make life easier? But yet we're basically slaves to technology. So if you're watching this video, something's going on in your head. You need to be confident that if you're waking up to this illusion and to the joke that is, remember, you're seeing what a comedy show this all is and what a joke this is. So you don't even have to take it seriously. You can just live your life and live your convictions, and you will be brought. You will figure it out. What the main way people are kept in the Matrix, and this is actually quoting McAfee, who recently passed away. And he said that the number one thing that keeps people in this Matrix control system is fear of consequences that the Matrix itself creates. And the Matrix wants to create these limiting beliefs to think that if you step outside of these agendas, you won't make it. You need to realize you will make it. You will find people who think like you. You are going to make it. Don't worry about it. And remember that love is the most important thing that matters. And that, like I said, it's not personal when these people attack you. You are a free sovereign being, and you're realizing who you are. You're realizing you've been lied to your whole life, and you've been convinced to accept a certain system of thinking and certain narratives that are designed to limit you. But you need to understand that the Matrix actually exists as a spiritual challenge for you. So while it seems unfair, it's here for you. It's here to challenge you. You are a multidimensional being having a human experience. You are not your form in this world. I'm telling you, you're not this form. So I appreciate whoever is listening to this video. Please subscribe. I'm just going to sit out here and relax. I have a nice book. It was made it's created in the 70s, actually, written in the 70s, The World's Last Mysteries. And it's a really interesting book about various mysteries of civilizations all over the world, every continent on planet Earth. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to read this, and just remember that only love matters. Don't be afraid. Don't take it personally. You're not being rejected. You're being freed. You are going to, because of the position you're going to be put in, because you think for yourself, you're going to be pushed into things you never even knew you could do. And you don't have to feel bad about it. You don't have to feel mad. We're being freed. This is a new paradigm. It's obvious that what's been going on for the last year and a quarter, that agenda isn't going anywhere. So that's not going anywhere. So we have to simply change our perspectives and open our minds to other possibilities and live a free life. So I want to thank you for taking the moment. Like I said again, for tuning in. I will continue to post more content. I'm going to start posting more frequently on this channel because I'm feeling a lot of strong conviction to share what's on my heart. And I look forward to people helping me out as well with your comments. So thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day.